guys! So I've been thinking recently that the last time I did a life update was way too long ago, and I thought, seeing as though it's the end of the year, now might be a pretty good time to sort of update you, talk about 2015, talk about New Year's resolutions, goals for next year and stuff like that. So today's video is just a little life update, a little chat really. I made some little notes because I don't want to forget anything, and the first thing I've written is summary of 2015 in 3 words. The first word would definitely be unexpected. This year has just been such a roller coaster for me. It started off well, then it got really good, and then towards the end it was horrendous. And it's not something I've talked about at all on camera because I just don't want to be like a negative Nelly. But this year there's definitely been a prominent feeling of shock. The amount of times this year has shocked me is actually unbelievable, and that's in good ways and the worst ways you can possibly imagine. My second word would be progressive. I feel like as a person, my confidence, my skills, my knowledge and my understanding of the world we live in has massively progressed this year. I feel like I've learned a lot and I've developed a lot, and I definitely think that's for the better. And my third word would be secure, because for one of the first times in my entire life, this year has been the year that I've finally felt accepted for who I am, and that's mostly down to the group of friends that I've made this year. I don't know, I just feel like I'm quite a difficult person to understand and to get to know, but this group of girls that I'm now friends with, I feel like they really understand me, they just get it. And it was in 2015 that our little circle formed together, so I've definitely felt a sense of security this past year. And also, this might only be recent, but in the direction of a career I now feel more secure, and also financially. That might seem like a bit of a weird thing to say given that I'm 17, but I think a lot of people don't realise the stress that young people are under to have money and to spend money and to save money. But I feel like now I'm finishing 2015 financially, career-wise, friendship-wise, very secure. That's how I'm feeling, like I've got the basis now and I'm ready to sort of live my life properly next year. So the next thing I've written down are achievements of 2015. And in no way do I want this to come across as being like, oh, look what I've done this year. I just think it's a good thing to acknowledge your achievements, especially at the end of the year. It's like the perfect time, because I just feel like all too often we forget about the things we've achieved and we're always striving for more, which is of course a good thing, but I think you do still need to remember the things that you've achieved in your life and the things you've done well. I feel like this year my confidence has had a growth spurt. My entire life I've been quite a shy person, but this year especially I feel like I've just blossomed. And I also got braces this year, which might seem like a bit of a weird achievement, but I was always terrified of the dentist, terrified of getting braces, but now I actually quite enjoy going to the dentist, and I'm so glad that I've got my braces. I feel really proud of myself that I managed to put myself through the trauma of it, because I definitely feel like it's going to be worth it. So to me, getting braces is a pretty big achievement. I also donated my hair this year, which brought such a feeling of pride, it was unbelievable. If any of you are thinking of donating your hair possibly next year, I would say definitely do it. The feeling you get of knowing that another child who's not as fortunate as you are has your hair and it's made them happy and it's put a smile on their face is honestly one that you can't even describe. And people actually still message me now, having watched the hair donation video, and they say that it's inspired them and that they're going to donate their hair now, which makes me feel so proud of all of us. So I think donating my hair is probably my biggest achievement this year, because I loved my hair. This year I've made friends with more YouTubers, I've made more in real life friends, which has always been a pretty difficult thing for me, but this year I have done it. And finally I feel like I've actually pushed myself out of my comfort zone a little bit, maybe not as much as I'd like to have done, but I have pushed myself out of my comfort zone this year. I've done speeches in front of hundreds of people, which I never ever imagined I would do. And this will seem tiny to you, but for me, this year I have been around more dogs than I've ever been around. And if you don't know me, that probably sounds a bit weird, but I've had a phobia of dogs my entire life. So being around them and kind of feeling like pretty comfortable with them has been a huge deal for me. And I think this year has been the first year that I can actually say, do you know what? I think I'm getting over this. So these achievements all sound great when you put them into a little list, but I definitely could not have done any of these without the following people. I'm going to do like a little speech now, like at the Oscars. This is my thank yous. I just want to say thank you to a few specific people, because whether it's a good thing or not, I feel like my happiness this year has been completely down to other people, and it has been nice that other people can bring me that happiness. But next year, one of my aims is to bring myself my own happiness, but I'll get onto all that later on in the video. So the first people that I would like to say thank you to, or just acknowledge that I'm happy to have them in my life, is my family. Especially over the past few months, we have been through it. But I'm so proud of us all that we've come out the other end, and I feel like we're stronger now than we ever have been. So my family have made a massive difference to this year, and I love them all so much. Then I have my new closest friendship group, which is Hannah, Ruxar, Lauren, Molly and Chelsea. This message is to all of you. I now feel truly accepted by girls my age for who I am. And if any of you are watching this, I just want to say that I absolutely love seeing you all 5 days a week. You're like my 5 little sunshines. You just make my day, and I'm so happy that I've got you in my life now. And I hope when we all go our separate ways next year that we'll still keep in touch. And I hope that we have regular takeaway nights and that we all still play Cards Against Humanity together. I actually feel like I'm doing a speech at the Oscars, but I'm almost done. The next person is Leanne. Leanne has been my best friend for as long as I can remember. I think we're like 14 years going strong now. And 2015 has been a very busy year for both of us, so we don't really see each other as much now. But she's like a little star because I just know she's always there, and she's really proved this year that no matter how busy your lives are and how different your direction's going, true friendship will always shine through. That was so cheesy, but that's the only way I can describe it. So I love you, Leanne. Thanks for being my pal. The next person is Gabby. When Gabby came into my life early in 2015, that was probably the point where I was feeling least motivated with every aspect of life. And it's no secret that Gabby just gave me a little push that I needed to motivate me more, and I am honestly so grateful for that, because Gabby is one of the reasons that I'm still on YouTube, and the joy that YouTube brings me is just overwhelming. So I feel like partly that is all down to Gabby. And it sounds so cheesy, but this year Gabby's just made me laugh so much. She's helped me, trusted me, been there for me, and I just feel like everyone needs a friend like Gabby in their life. And I definitely think if Gabby hadn't come into my life at the time she did, this year could have panned out very differently, and I will never ever take that for granted. And the final people are you guys. Every comment, every tweet, every message honestly makes me feel so lucky every single day. You always put a smile on my face. I have probably smiled for the past 365 days every day because of you lot. And it is so crazy to think that at the beginning of this year, we were a family of 1,000 people, and now we're a family of like over 22,000. But just mental is the only way to describe it. You make my day every single day, and I feel so incredibly lucky to have you all, and you inspire me all the time, and I genuinely can't wait to see what 2016 holds for all of us. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting time. Okay, so next is my goals for 2016. My first goal is to be confident with my smile. For as long as I can remember, I have hated my teeth, but next year in June I should get my braces off, so I want to do everything I can to be proud of my smile so I can show it off to the world. But for now, I'm going to keep it a little bit concealed. I also want to push myself out of my comfort zone a bit more than I did last year, and specifically I want to start doing things by myself. I want to go to events by myself, I want to try and travel by myself, even little things like going to the doctors by myself, because I actually still can't do that. It just seems so scary to me, so I'd like to be able to try and do that next year. I want to pass my driving test. Well, I don't want to pass my driving test. I don't really particularly want to drive because I'm petrified, but I need to pass my driving test, so that's one of my goals for next year. And I also want to pass an interior design course, which leads me on to my final goal for next year. This is going to be a family project, but one of our goals for next year is to buy, do up and sell or rent a property. So by the end of 2016, I want to have finished decorating a house, got my qualifications in interior design, and have it all done up lovely and have a nice little family in there and be starting to make a profit from property. I want to be able to go back to my sixth form at the end of next year and go and see my teachers and show them that I have been successful without going to university and without getting a degree, and it is possible, and you don't have to let a degree hold you back or guide your direction in any way, which I think is quite a controversial thing to say because every sixth form promotes university and they all want everyone to go to uni. It's kind of like the standard thing in society that you go to uni, get your degree, get a good job. But I kind of want to break the system a little bit. Well, I want to try to anyway, we'll see how that pans out. And finally, New Year's resolutions. My resolution for 2015 was to hit 10,000 subscribers. So now I feel like I have confidence in my resolution making. In summary, my resolution this year is to feel satisfied at the end of 2016. And by that I mean I want to create content I'm proud of, I want to be a person I'm proud of, I want to do things that excite me and keep me motivated, I want to meet new people, I want to try and conquer my fear of dogs, I want to experience new things, I want to talk to people that aren't like me, that don't have a background like me, who maybe don't speak English as their first language. And speaking of that, I want to travel, I want to try and visit 2 new countries next year. And in general, I just want to keep an open mind and feel a sense of pride at the end of next year. So it's a pretty hefty one, but that is my resolution this year, to feel satisfied at the end of 2016. So I hope you feel a little bit more updated now, kind of more on the same wavelength. For the most part, it has been an incredible year, and that is thanks to you guys. You have honestly shaped my entire year and completely, I'm gonna say it, changed my life this year. So thank you so much for sticking around and watching my videos. I hope they bring you some sense of joy, make you smile or make you laugh. I hope you have an amazing new year, and I wish you all the best for 2016. Let me know in the comments below, what is your New Year's resolution, because I would love to know. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next year. Bye!